Milo was talking to her father that right now there are only two of us girls. One more girl is about to come. She was telling him that I am fine here and you should not worry about me at all. Meanwhile, when she saw Rima coming out of the bathroom, she hung up the phone and told her father that I am hanging up now. Rima and I will cook dinner now. Good night, father. It has been only a few days since Milo came to New York. After finishing college, she took up a job in the IT sector. A person gets lonely very quickly in a new city. So when Milo came to know about this girls' hostel from her office friend Rima, she also shifted here. The landlord has made this house like a hostel for the women working in it. 4 girls live on the first and second floor, and Milo and Rima live on the third floor. But another new girl is going to come in the room next to them. Both of them were very tired after working in the office all day. So they started making hot roti and chicken. Milo and Rima became very good friends in a short time. They were cooking while talking when Milo heard the sound of the gate opening. Someone was coming up the stairs. They thought that maybe a new girl has come, so Rima went to open the door. When she opened the door, she felt a strange nervousness. The sound of footsteps was slowly coming closer. Rima's heart started beating faster. The sound came closer, and the heart beat faster, standing alone in the kitchen. Milo was thinking, why is Rima taking so much time? Then she looked back. Rima was standing at the door, and there was no trace of that third girl turning down the gas. Milo also came to Rima and told Rima that you also heard the sound of footsteps, right? Rima said that I did hear. Then why hasn't anyone come up yet? Both of their eyes remained stuck towards the dark staircase. The sound of footsteps had now stopped. Both the girls came down a little from the CD, and then looking from above, they saw that a girl was standing on the stairs of the second floor. From above, the girl's head was completely visible, hidden by her hair, but it was difficult to see her face. The girl had a suitcase in one hand and a phone in the other. She was talking to her mother on the phone. Rima and Milo were secretly watching her from above and listening to her conversation. Then suddenly the girl raised her head and looked up. This happened very quickly that Milo and Rima were caught. There was something strange in the eyes of that girl, along with which there was nervousness, as if the eyes fell on her body. Looking angrily, the girl came upstairs slowly, and as soon as she came up, she asked both of them, "Are you listening to my conversation?" Milo replied. "I heard someone walking on the stairs, so I came to open the door. The landlord uncle had said that you will come today." Agreeing with Milo, Rima also said that we were just waiting for you. The new girl looked at both of them with suspicious eyes and said that I am Jamini. Before they could talk further, Jamini took her suitcase and went straight to her room and closed the door. Milo and Rima went to the kitchen, and after eating food, both of them fell into a deep sleep. Milo woke up as she felt thirsty. She had forgotten to keep a glass of water with her. Rima was sleeping next to her in a deep sleep. She went to the kitchen without turning on the light so that her sleep is not disturbed. After listening carefully, she understood that the sound was coming from Jamini's room. Milo thought to himself, "Who is this girl talking to at this time of the night?" A doubt arose in Milo's mind. Very slowly, without making any noise, Milo reached Jamini's door. Then he peeped inside the room through the hole. Jamini was sitting on the bed. Her open black hair was flying in the air. A candle was burning in front of her. Jamini was sitting on the bed and swinging with a picture in her hand and was talking like a mad person, but her swinging looked very scary. Milo was not able to understand why this new girl was like this. Then he saw something that gave him goosebumps. Jamini kept the picture on the table and picked up a small box. Opening the lid of the box, he took out a lizard. Jamini was holding the lizard by its tail. That hanging lizard was begging for its life. Then Jamini opened her mouth and swallowed that lizard without any hesitation. Seeing this, Milo's body became cold. Then suddenly, Jamini turned her head towards Milo. Somehow, from the other side of the closed door, Jamini realized that Milo was keeping an eye on her. Milo immediately retreated, and without waiting a moment, went into his room and closed the door. She was out of breath due to fear. Then she heard the sound of Jamini opening the door, and the sound of her footsteps stopped outside Milo's room. Milo thought that whatever happens, he should not let Jamini know that he has seen her. There was no sound for 2 minutes. Only Milo's racing heart could be heard. Then the sound of Jamini closing the door came. To make sure whether Jamini has gone to her room or not, Milo looked through the keyhole of his door, and from the other side of the keyhole, he saw an eye looking inside his room. The pupil of that eye was not like that of a human. The pupil of that eye was red, as if filled with blood. Milo felt as if her head was spinning, and she was going to faint very soon. Milo woke up with Rima's voice. As soon as she woke up, the whole incident that she saw last night started seeming like a bad dream. What happened last night? Whatever Milo had seen, was it all her illusion? She was not able to understand anything. When Milo came out after taking bath, she saw Jamini on the stairs. There was a strange smile on Jamini's face. Without talking to her, Milo ignored her and went from there. But she remained restless the whole day. No matter how hard she tried, Milo could not concentrate on her work. During lunch break, Rima asked Milo, "What's the matter? You seem a bit worried today. Are you feeling well?" Milo said, "Don't you find Jamini strange?" Rima said, "It is strange. Even today in the morning I heard her talking to her mother. But who talks to mothers so secretly?" Milo did not tell Rima about last night's events. Milo returned home that day after finishing her office work. Rima had gone to her aunt's place, so today only Milo and Jamini were on the third floor. She did not feel like cooking today. So Milo bought vegetables and was going to eat when she got a call from her father. He started asking her about her condition and told her to take care of the new girl. The landlord told her that her mother had passed away a few months back and she had no one else in this world except her mother. Milo's phone fell from her hand. The sound of the glass breaking kept echoing in Milo's ears, but due to this sudden shock, her whole body had frozen like ice. If it has been months since Jamini's mother died, then how does Jamini talk to her mother on the phone? Before Milo could think anything else, the lights went out suddenly. As soon as Milo turned back, Jamini was standing very close to her with a candle in her hand. There was terror in Jamini's eyes. In a scary voice, she asked Milo, "How will you eat food in this darkness now, Milo?" Milo's throat went dry after seeing Jamini. Jamini was looking even more pale in the candlelight. Milo mustered courage and asked her, "Have you eaten food?" Jamini said to Milo laughingly, "You know what I eat." Milo's hands and feet became numb. Then an incident happened for which Milo was not prepared at all. Jamini started laughing like a mad person. Her whole body started trembling with the fury of laughter. While laughing, Jamini's eyes started rolling inside her head, and on the other side of those eyes, the eyes with red pupils that she had seen that night came out. Those eyes were not of a human being. Those were the eyes of a devil, Milo shouted in fear. "Jamini, what is happening to you, Jamini?" But now Jamini's body was not in her control. She had completely changed. Brutality was dripping from her face, as if she was thirsty for blood. For years, slowly Jamini started shaking her head left and right and started singing the song she had heard in her childhood. Jamini pounced on Milo while singing. Milo fell on the ground, screaming. Then somehow Milo's phone started ringing. She heard God's voice in her phone. Jamini let Milo go. On hearing that voice, Jamini started pressing her ears with her hands, as if the vampire was saying from inside Jamini to stop this sound. Jamini's body started trembling while lying on the ground. Black blood started coming out of her mouth. After some time, Jamini fainted. 2 days later, Jamini opened her eyes in the hospital. She did not remember anything. According to the doctor, Jamini had a heart attack in the grief of her mother's death. But Milo knows that Jamini was under the control of some spirit. Some vampire had dominated Jamini by taking advantage of her sorrow. Now he has left her. But one thing is bothering Milo. That is how the morning alarm started ringing at 7:30 in the evening. Was it Jamini's mother who helped her daughter and Milo at the same time?